Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Rajesh Gautam from Dr. Harisingh Gaur Vishwavidyalaya, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh, and today I will tell you about a module entitled Post Mendelian Theories from the paper entitled Human Population Genetics. So let us see what we are going to study in this module. We will talk about Mendel and the law of heredity, the rediscovery of Mendel's law, post Mendelism or Mendel in the modern world. So let us start. As you know, Mendel is considered the father of genetics. He was a monk, a Christian priest, biologist and botanist, born in Austria in 1822 and who died in 1884. During the year 1853 to 1863, he cultivated pea plants in a garden of his monastery to be used in his research. His experiments consisted of crossing pea plants of distinct characteristics, that is size, color of seeds, color of pod, etc., and cataloging the results and interpreting them. The experiment led by him to enunciate his laws, results published in 1886 with no scientific repercussion at that time. Only at the beginning of the 20th century, in the year 1902, 18 years after his death, were his merits broadly recognized. Let us see basic Mendelian principles. First, we will see the big ideas of Mendel, that is particulate inheritance. It means the determinants of inherited trait are discrete units that are passed between generations unaltered, not blended together. Count large numbers of offspring. The offspring ratios observed are imperfect reflection of underlying simple ratios like 3:4 and 1:4, etc. Developed the fundamental laws of heredity. He studied science and mathematics using statistics to support his hypothesis. He blended concept of inheritance accepted at the time versus particulate theory of inheritance, which is known as Mendel's theory of inheritance. Mendel chose garden pea, Pisum sativum, as his subject, as they are easily grown and their pollination is easily controlled. He controlled pollination by manually moving pollen between plants. He developed true breeding plants by self-pollination, crossbreeding those to create hybrids. Mendel examined varieties of peas for heritable characters and traits for his study. For example, stem length, pod shape, seed color, etc. His publication, entitled Experiment on Plant Hybridization, went largely ignored until long after his death. Mendel's law of segregation. Mendel crossed true breeding plants that differed from a given character. A monohybrid cross involves one character and different traits. Pollen from true breeding pea plants with purple flowers, this is one trait, was placed on stigmas of true breeding plants with white flowers, which is another trait. By this experiment, he got the F1 seeds were all purple. The white flower trait failed to appear at all because the purple flower trait completely masks the white flower trait. When true breeding plants are crossed, the purple flower trait is called dominant and the white flower trait is called recessive. The F1 plants were allowed to self-pollination. This step was the monohybrid cross. The progeny called F2 were examined and he got roughly 1/4 or 1:4 white and 3:4 were purple. Mendel proposed that the units responsible for inheritance were discrete particles. So in this way he has given particulate theory. The experiment conducted by Mendel can be visualized in this image, having given title monohybrid cross. At the top you can see purple and white flower. It is indicated by letter P, means they were parental generation, and by cross fertilization of white flowered plant with purple flowered plant, Mendel got F1 generation with all purple flowered plant, and when he allowed self fertilization to F1 plants, he got F2, which have 3:1 ratio of purple flowers and 1:4 of white flowers. As viewed by modern genetics, during production of gametes, only one of the pair members for a given character passes to the gamete. This is law of segregation. When fertilization occurs, the zygote gets one from each parent, restoring the pair. Mendel's units of inheritance are now called genes. Different forms of a gene are called alleles. Each allele is given a symbol. In the case of purple flower, capital P might represent purple and small p letter represent white. By convention, uppercase P or capital P letter represents the dominant, whereas the lowercase p or small p letter represents the recessive character. True breeding individuals would have two copies of the same allele. Purple would be capital P P, or we can say uppercase P P. Two copies of same allele, that is homozygous. Homo means the same. White true breeding would be lowercase p p, two copies of same allele, that is homozygous. Some purple flowered plants could be uppercase p as well as lowercase p, although they would not be true breeding. Individuals that are purple but had a white parent are heterozygous, uppercase p and lowercase p. Hetero means different. When an organism is studied for three different genes and has the alleles capital AA, capital B, small b, and capital C, it is homozygous for A and C genes but heterozygous for B genes. The physical appearance of an organism is its phenotype. Purple flowered would be a phenotype. The actual composition of the organism's alleles for a gene is its genotype. Uppercase P as well as lowercase p is a genotype. Organisms have many different genes. Some have thousands, and complex organisms have 10 times of that number or even greater. Further understanding the Mendel's experiments or Mendel's law of inheritance, we have to understand the experiment conducted by Mendel, and for understanding the experiment conducted by him, a scientist has provided a grid which is known as Punnett square. It is largely box-like device that help us to consider all genetic combinations and show the expected frequencies of genotype. The P and Q symbols, the capital P and small p symbols represent the single allele each gamete receives. Fertilization provides the two alleles for the new individual, one from the male sperm and one from the female egg. The Punnett square show that the genotype and associated ratio for a monohybrid cross are 1, that is capital P is to 2, that is capital P small p is to 1 small p small p. Any progeny with a capital P would have the dominant purple phenotype. So, the phenotypic ratio is 3 purple to 1 white. Now, it is known that a gene is a portion of the chromosomal DNA that resides at the particular site called a locus. Purple plural is loci. The gene codes for a particular function or trait Mendel arrived at the law of segregation with no knowledge of meiosis or chromosomes. The mechanism of chromosome separation in meiosis today explain his law of segregation. One trait test cross. A test cross can determine the genotype, whether heterozygous or homozygous, of an individual with a dominant trait. It involves crossing the individual to a true breeding recessive homozygous. If the unknown is heterozygous, approximately half the progeny will have the dominant trait and the half the recessive trait. If the unknown is homozygous dominant, all the progeny will have the dominant trait. For further elaboration and better understanding of one trait test cross, we have this image. At top there is purple flower with uppercase P, and at the left side there is white flower with lowercase p. In first box we have P, uppercase P and lowercase p, whereas in second box we have uppercase P and lowercase p or both lowercase p. In third box we have uppercase P and lowercase p, whereas in fourth box, which is at top with question mark, which means the unknown gene or trait, in fourth box it gives uppercase P with lowercase p or both uppercase P. If all offspring are purple, then parent must be PP or uppercase P. If half are white and half are purple, parents must be heterozygote with uppercase P and lowercase p. Mendel's law of independent assortment. The second law describes the outcome of dihybrid crosses or hybrid crosses involving additional characters. A dihybrid is an individual that is a double heterozygote. Example given with the genotype uppercase R, small case r, and similar uppercase Y and lowercase y. It means round seed and yellow seed. Mendel's second law states that capital R along with small r alleles assort into gametes independently of the capital Y and small y alleles. Dihybrid RR-YY produces gametes that have one allele of each gene. 4 different gametes are possible and will be produced in equal proportions, that is capital R capital Y, capital R small r capital Y, and small r small y. Random fertilization of gametes yields the outcome visible in the Punnett square. Note its 4x4 table construction to accommodate 16 possible phenotypes. Filling in the table and adding the like cells reveals a 9:3:3:1 ratio of 4 possible phenotypes: round, yellow, yellow round, green, green wrinkled, yellow wrinkled, and green. The law of independent assortment states that alleles of different genes assort independently of one another during gamete formation. In fact, this law is not always true. The law of independent assortment is accurate for genes that are on separate chromosomes, but not necessarily for genes that are on the same chromosome. Genes that are close to each other on the same chromosome tend to stay together, but crossing over during meiosis may separate them. In this context, let we understand dihybrid cross, that is capital R, capital Y, small y with capital R, small r and capital Y, small y. In any cross that is dihybrid, that can be again written like this: capital A, capital B, small b versus capital A, capital B, small b. You will always get a 9:3:3:1 ratio. If you memorize this, you can save the trouble of doing a giant square as it is displayed in this grid. Experimental organism of Mendel. As you know, Mendel worked with P. Plants have sexual process very similar to animals. The male gamete equivalent to the sperm is the pollen grains. The female gamete equivalent to the egg is the ovule. Pea plant have both sexes on the same plant and they can be self-pollinated. Pollen from one plant is used to fertilize ovules from the same plant. This is closer cross than is possible with animals. He found 7 lines of peas that differed from each other for each distinct trait. These traits are listed here, so you can visualize it. It is seed shape, spherical and wrinkled, seed color, that is yellow and green, color of flower, that is purple and white, pod shape, that is inflated and constricted, pod color, that is green and yellow. So, on the basis of character, dominant trait and recessive trait, and similarly some 2 other characters, this is placement of flower or position of flower, axial or terminal, and length of stem, whether it is tall or dwarf. Mendel identified these 7 characteristics of pea plant which were dominant as well as recessive, and on the basis of these characteristics he conducted the experiment monohybrid cross. We are first going to look at what happens when plants with different traits are crossed, then go through Mendel's explanation. Purple flowers versus white flowers. The original parental lines are true breeding or pure breeding. All offspring within the lines gave the same flower color for an arbitrary number of generations. first cross, true breeding purple with true breeding white. All offspring are purple, as we already shown in an image. The parent line are the P generation. The offsprings are the F1 first filial generation. All the F1s are purple regardless of which parent, father or mother, was purple and which was white. Note that no blending occurs. The purple F1 plants look exactly like the purple parentals. We say that purple is dominant because it appears in the F1 hybrid. White is recessive because it does not appear in the F1 hybrid. Selfing the F1 or the self-pollination of plants of F1 generation. Self-pollination of the F1 plants to get the F2 second filial generation. In animals with only one sex per individual, the equivalent would be a brother-sister mating. The F2 appear in a ratio of 3/4 purple to 1/4 white. Note that white has reappeared in the F2 unchanged despite having been in a purple F1 plant. The genes are not affected by the organism that carries them. Selfing the F2 or the self-pollination of F2 plant. Each F2 plant is selfed to produce a group of F3 offspring. The F3 offspring of the white F2s are all white. The F2 white plants were all true breeding. Some of the F2 purples have all purple F3 offsprings. These F2 purple plants are true breeding. Other F2 purples give purple and white F3 in a ratio of 3/4 purple to 1/4 white. This is the same behavior as the F1 had. F2 behavior. The purple F2 plants come in two types. Some are true breeding and only give purple offspring. Others are hybrids and give 3/4 purple and 1/4 white offspring. They can be distinguished by the offspring they produce, but not by their physical appearance. Let's understand what is the explanation. Pea plants, like humans and most other higher organisms, are diploid. There are two copies of each gene. One copy came from the father and the other copy came from the mother. A gene can have many different versions called alleles. In this case, the flower color gene has a purple allele symbolized capital P and a white allele symbolized small p letter. More explanation. The true breeding lines are homozygous for the gene being examined. Both copies of the gene are the same allele. Thus, in the initial cross, one parent was capital PP and the other was small pp. Hybrid lines are heterozygous. It means the two copies of the gene being examined are different. A capital P along with small p letter plant is a heterozygote. When diploid organisms reproduce, they make gametes, means sperm and eggs, that are haploid. They have only one copy of each gene. Which copy goes into the gamete is a random process. The male and female gametes combine at random to form zygotes, the first diploid cells of the next generation. Some more explanation. In the case we are discussing, the capital P letter plant produces P gametes or capital P gametes, and the small pp plant produces small p gametes. These gametes combine to form capital P, and small p is F1 individuals. Since capital P indicates purple, which is dominant, to small p, which is white, the capital P small p plants are purple. Thus, there are two forms of purple plants: the capital P homozygotes and the capital P small p heterozygotes. These plants have the same phenotype, means physical appearance, but different genotypes, means genetic constitution. Much of genetics is an attempt to determine the relationship between phenotypes and genotypes. When the F1 heterozygote with capital P and small p plant makes gametes, each gamete gets either a capital P allele or a small p allele. This happens randomly, so 1 by 2 of the gametes are capital P and 1 by 2 or half are small p. The gametes combine at random, so 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 4 of the zygotes come from a P egg mating a capital P sperm, giving a capital P F2 plant. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 4 of the zygotes come from a small p egg mating a small p sperm and resulting into homozygous small p F2 plant. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 4 are capital P egg mating a small p sperm, and 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 4 are small p egg mating a capital P sperm. Both of these give a capital P small p F2 plant. So 1 by 2 of the F2 are capital P small p. In summary, 1 by 4 of the F2 generation genotypes are capital P, 1 by 2 are capital P small p, and 1 by 4 are small p. Since capital P indicates purple, which is dominant, both capital P and capital P small p plants are purple. Thus, 3/4 of the phenotypes are purple and 1/4 are white. Mendel found that This rule worked for all 7 of his traits to within what he considered reasonable accuracy. To understand the experiment conducted by Gregor John Mendel, we can visualize this image, which is an image of Mendel's monohybrid results. In this image, 7 different characteristics of pea plants are shown as dominant versus recessive, and the outcome in F2 generation and the ratio of the same. See, in first row, the first trait is color of flower. In the second row, there is color of seed. In the third row, there is shape of seed. In the fourth row, there is color of pod. In fifth row, there is shape of pod. In sixth row, there is position of flower. And seventh and last characteristics are height of plant. In the color of flower, the dominant is purple over white. In color of seed, yellow is dominant over green. In the shape of seed, round is dominant over wrinkled. In color of pod, green is dominant over yellow. In the shape of pod, the round is dominant over constricted. In position of flower, the axial is dominant, and in height, tall is dominant over dwarf. Similarly, in next column, there is dominant form and recessive form, and their numbers and ratio have been shown. Law of segregation. This is first law of genetics, which was given by Gregor John Mendel. The two members of a gene pair segregate randomly and equally into the gametes, which then combine at random to form the next generation. For further understanding, let's talk about backcross and test cross. A backcross involves mating the F1 hybrid to one of the parental types. There are two possible backcrosses in the system we are examining. Capital P, small p crossed with capital P, backcrossing to the dominant parent, the capital P small p plant will produce 1 by 2 capital P gametes and 1 by 2 small p gametes. The capital P plant will produce only capital P gametes. The offspring will thus be 1 by 2 capital P and 1 by 2 capital P small p. Both of these types are purple. So the result of a back cross to the dominant parent is all offspring with the dominant type. Capital P small p crossed with small p, back crossing to the recessive parent. Again, the capital P small p parent produces 1 by 2 capital P gametes and 1 by 2 small p gametes, and the small p parent produces only small p gametes. The offspring will be 1 by 2 capital P small p purple and 1 by 2 small p white. Note, this is a different ratio from the F1 crossed with F1. Capital P small p crossed with capital P small p, intercross we looked at earlier. A test cross is a mating between a heterozygote or unknown to the recessive homozygote. The tester for monohybrid crosses, the test cross is the same as a back cross to the recessive parental type. The offspring of a test cross are in the same ratio as the gametes from the organism being tested. 1/2 capital P means purple and 1/2 small p means white. Let's see dihybrid cross. A dihybrid cross examines two different genes. We will see yellow versus green pods and round versus wrinkle seed. Yellow is dominant to green, round is dominant over wrinkled. In initial cross, there is uppercase YY and lowercase RR crossed with lowercase YY, uppercase RR. It means yellow wrinkled crossed with green round. The YYRR, capital YY and small RR plant makes YR gamete, where Y is capital and or R is small. One copy of each gene, and the YY means small y, and capital R plant makes small y, capital R gametes. These combine to make F1 plants that are capital Y, capital R, small r, yellow, round. Note that neither parent has this phenotype. When the capital Y, capital R, small r plant is mated, it makes four kinds of gamete. Each gamete gets one copy of each gene, so 1/2 are Y and 1/2 are capital Y and 1/2 are small y. Independently, 1/2 are capital R and 1/2 are small r. Thus, 1/4 of the gametes are capital Y, small r, 1/4 are capital Y, small r, 1/4 are small y, capital R, and 1/4 are small y, small r. This happens for both male and female gametes. The gametes combine randomly. The combinations are shown in a 16-cell Punnett square. F2 dihybrid results. Examining the Punnett square, we find one cell, that is 1 out of 16 of the offspring, that are small yy, small rr, homozygous recessive for both traits. This is green wrinkled. 3 of the cells are either small yy, capital R, or small yy, capital R, small r. Both of these have the green round phenotype. So 3:16 of the offspring are green and round. We can symbolize this as small yy r blank, capital R, and remaining gamete is unknown, so it is blank, where the blank stands for either capital R or small r. As long as one copy of the gene is the dominant or capital R allele, it doesn't matter what the other copy is. Similarly, 3 of the cells are capital Y, small r, or capital Y, small y, and small r, means yellow wrinkled. 3 out of 16 are capital Y, blank, small r. All the other 9 cells are capital Y, blank, capital R, blank, which means yellow round in various combination of homozygotes and heterozygotes. This is the fundamental ratio for the F2 from a dihybrid cross. 9:16 show both dominant traits, 3:16 show the dominant and the other recessive, 3:16 show one recessive and the other dominant, and 1:16 show both recessive traits. Law of independent assortment. This is a second law given by Gregor John Mendel and known as law of independent assortment. For unlinked genes, the alleles from each gene segregate into the gametes independently of one another. Some genes are linked, which means that they don't segregate independently of each other and thus don't give the 9:3:3:1 ratio of F2 offspring. Linked genes are close together on the same chromosome. We will deal with this phenomenon later. Multiple genes. For more than 2 genes, Punnett square get unwieldy. To calculate the ratio of offspring, we use a different method, the forked line approach. To do these problems, 3 steps are involved. 1. Determine the ratio of phenotypes for each gene separately. 2. Draw a forked line diagram of the offspring, splitting each line for each separate gene, showing the ratio of phenotypes. 3. Combine the phenotypes and multiply the phenotype ratio along each branch to get the final proportions of each type of offspring. So, students, let now summarize what we have studied till now under this module. The law of heredity established by Mendel formed the backbone of modern genetics. As we know now, the law of heredity established by Mendel is backbone of modern genetics. Nowhere is this more evident than in the ongoing research or search for genes that cause diseases in humans, animals, and plants. The sophisticated contemporary method for mapping and ultimately identifying individual genes that either increase risk for developing diseases or actually cause them is firmly rooted in Mendelian genetics. Genetic linkage analysis is based upon the co-transmission of genetic material that is physically linked together on the same region of a chromosome. The mathematics of linkage analysis works because of segregation and independent assortment. A genetic marker that display independent assortment in families relative to a trait of interest such as cystic fibrosis, Huntington disease, breast cancer, Alzheimer's disease cannot be physically linked to that trait, whereas a marker that segregate along with the trait is likely to be near the gene that causes the illness. Through this method, literally hundreds of human, animal and plant genes have been mapped, cloned and studied. Indeed, while the various genome sequencing projects, including the Human Genome Project, have made this search far easier than it was just a few years ago. The initial genetic maps that were used as the guide for ordering the sequences were made using mathematical and laboratory techniques like linkage that are grounded in the application of Mendel's law. Thank you.